how it's like to work with a character like Superman.
Unbelievable. I've been working in comics for 35 years, and when this project came along in 2016, I think, something like that, I had been working with the penciler on this, Patrick Gleason, for about 3-4 years. I had a very long run with this guy. We worked like 40 issues of Batman and Robin, 10 or 15 issues of Robin, Son of Batman, and then we did Superman, 20 odd issues of Superman. And you know, you work your career at DC Comics, you work on almost every character in the DC universe, and maybe a little bit Superman here and there, but then you get to, here, you have the book. You're starting at number 1, and you're gonna get Superman now, Rebirth, you know? And so it's like, it was one of those moments that you go, oh, I guess this is what you'd call making it, you know, I suppose. Yeah, it's the biggest honor you could possibly get in this career.
And your references for these characters?
Oh, references is history. You know, when you start on a book, you look back at everybody that's done it before you. You know, there's no, you're trying to put your slant on, let's say, I'm speaking from the penciler's point of view right now. You're trying to put your slant on something that has been defined, that's definitive, you know, 80 years or whatever before you. So as a creator, you would look back at all the definitive moments in that character, say Superman from 38 on, and you go, well, what do I want to center myself on? You have your choice. Because the editors, if the editors like you enough, they're going to let you do really whatever you want to do. You know, if you look at some of the art around here, each guy takes the feel of Superman his own direction. And that's probably the coolest thing about, you know, working on these characters, is when you gain that trust of the company, they let you, they might have an idea that you'll start with at the beginning, but they usually let these guys run with it, you know?
And for the young artists, what do you say to them?
Don't even get into the business. No, I'm kidding. It's a different world now. It really is. I have never worked digitally. I'm a traditional brushes and quills guy, you know? And now that's not always that way. Now we have computers and digital art, and the use of that, as I walk around the festival looking at art, I can see people combining it and using it. Like maybe one guy will lay out pages in pencil and then scan that into a computer and then do the rest of it digitally. So it's a different world now. I don't know if I could get into the business today and do it the same, because 30 years ago it was a completely different business. But I don't know what I would say to young artists. You gotta love this so much that you don't care how many hours you work on it, you know? I mean, in this industry, you don't go, oh, this is gonna take me 40 hours, you're gonna pay me that much. No, you get paid this flat sum, and then it's gonna take you 40, 50 hours or whatever it's gonna take you. So it's a labor of love first, and then if it is something that makes money for you down the line, wonderful.
We have artificial intelligence.
Oh my God,
and
don't even go there.
What's your vision?
What could we, let's hope, fingers crossed, that AI means that's another tool that can help us further, as opposed to something that's going to obliterate. Some people, you know, if you hear about it, they think the most negative things about AI. Well, let's hope that that's not true. Let's hope that it's not used negatively, say to just steal other people's art and regenerate. Let's say it's used like computers were when they came on. Now, like we were just talking, computers are used to enhance and help the art move forward. Fingers crossed that AI does that same thing. I hope it's not as ugly as they say it could be.
Can you talk about your future work?
Latest thing, I'm semi-retired now. 30 years of working till 3 o'clock in the morning was enough for me. I don't really need any more of that. But I mean, I'm still open to doing jobs. I just don't want to work on projects that are so rushed that I have to work till 3 o'clock in the morning. But my latest project that just came out is maybe my biggest dream job that I've ever done in my life. Pete Townsend of The Who, the rock band The Who, had a dream his whole life to make a rock opera called Lifehouse. And that was the music of the album Who's Next. 4 years ago, I got a phone call that he wanted to make that into a graphic novel. So we started on it 4 years ago. The pandemic happened, other things happened, so it took us extra time to finish it. But it just came out 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago, something like that, as the Who's Next Lifehouse Deluxe Box Set. It's gigantic. Our book is 170 pages, full color, hardbound, and it's in that set, along with 10 discs and another book telling the whole story. That's an expensive item. That's about $300, something like that. But next month, you can buy our graphic novel. Will be out on Image Comics, and that'll be out available by itself there. There might be another edition too, maybe on another company coming out soon. But I've been a Who fan since I was 12 years old, and here I am helping Pete Townsend get his Lifehouse 50-year dream made into reality. Hollywood is looking at it now. They didn't look at it then because it was a little bit too advanced. It was talking about things like the internet in 1972, and nobody even understood what that was. He was just dreaming science fiction and talking about the grid and the government controlling people with through this thing called the grid. People are kind of locked into it. And then the main premise of it is there's a note. Music can save the world type of thing, or music can change, And so if you listen to the greatest Who album ever, Who's Next, it's kind of the soundtrack with about another 10 songs mixed in with it. So that, I kind of call that my swan song, working on that with Max Prentice and James Harvey and David Hine. It's a beautiful project. I mean, I couldn't have asked for more. The way it turned out is so gorgeous. If I never do anything else in my career, I think I've done my...
I think you love cinema too, right?
I do. I'm a big film fan.
We have a new reality in DC with James Gunn.
Yeah.
What do you expect from this new step?
My fingers are crossed there too, that it's going to be well done. I mean, DC has had problems through the years. They seem to be always trying to follow what Marvel does, and they can't really do that. It has to be their own thing. I hope that the new direction of it is going to be. It'll be exciting no matter what it is. I know that, but does it? The question is, does it need to be what's as good as what Marvel is doing? It doesn't actually, it's not really as good. Can it be different and unique and exciting on its own? Be something new. I hope that's what it is.
Do you think he will respect the comics from DC?
He better. I mean, if I was running DC and these guys came in and tried to brutally change the essence, this is, like we say, this is 85 years and, on some of these characters, that have been around. We can't obliterate that. You have to be respectful. That's like, almost, don't take the Bible and mess with the Bible. The Bible's what the Bible is. It's a great story, So you can interpret. That's what it's about, isn't it? It's about interpretation of how you take it.
Do you think Superman Legacy is in good hands on cinema now?
I think it can be improved on. What they've done with it has been pretty good. I haven't been ever blown away. I think the first Superman movie was the one that I was most impressed with.
All love.
Yeah, that's a classic. The other ones are good. I like James Carville. Not James Carville. Is it James? What was his name? Carville. The last guy that played him. I can't remember his name.
Scott Snyder?
But the guy that played Superman.
Cavill.
Yeah,
Henry
Cavill. I liked him. I thought he was good. I don't think he's going to do it anymore, is he?
Nope. I think.
Yeah.
I think not.
Yeah, so I don't follow what's going to happen very much. I just kind of wait for it. But I hope for the best with it. I'm a very positive person. I try to go, okay, they can do that better, and they've done it pretty good so far. They can do better. They have the resources. How can you go wrong when you got some of the best characters in the world?
On the comics, young artists on DC that's going to take the pencil for Superman. We have a good future.
I think so. I've been seeing some really good stuff just recently on it, and I always look at art as who's moving it forward, who's taking it somewhere else, because it's very easy to get into your influences affect you sometimes too much, and then you become just a look-alike. But if you're a good artist, like some of the new guys coming in that I've seen, they're taking it a little. And I like the concept of, like I've seen some of it in here, where you take the concept of like manga, where it's really detailed background art and then these kind of simple figures. The figures are very kind of simple. They look different than the background. I like that because it makes the character kind of pop off of a really beautiful, detailed background. I see that a little bit here and there, and I like that. That's kind of taking the manga Japanese influence and bringing it into American and art around the world, kind of doing.
Anything you want to say to your Portuguese fans?
Thank you for having me here at this wonderful festival, number one, and I just love Lisbon. It's a fantastic, fantastic city.
Okay, thank you, Mick.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.